Ally McCoist says it's time for police to wade in and weed out football's hooligans. The former Rangers manager turned media pundit has been left disgusted at the spate of atrocious recent incidents that have dragged the Scottish game into the gutter. McCoist believes irresponsible social media activity is playing a huge part in the situation and accepts that clubs are fighting tooth and nail to sort the problems out themselves. However, at the same time, he feels the law now has to intervene strongly. James Tavernier spots an object thrown from the stands. Image, SNS Group. McCoist said, "I think the police should be more hands-on. I don't know whether the police want the clubs and the SFA to police themselves, there might be an element of that. But I think now the time has come, whether it's racism, or religious bigotry or bamboozlism, I think the police have just got to go in and start arresting people and throwing them in jail. The time has come for the police to go, look, enough's enough. We're arresting people, we're throwing them in the nick, and they are getting banned from the stadium. We have got to take really hard measures now. We have to jail them. It's that simple. In this day and age, we've got cameras everywhere." Cameron Mack ran onto the pitch and confronted James Tavernier. Image, SNS Group. "I'm not along the lines of supporters pointing out other supporters. If I am going to a game with two of my boys, I'm hardly going to point out that it's him or there might be trouble. But there are cameras. Just go and arrest these people. Throw them out and jail them. Ban there for life. We need to be more hands-on and deal with these people." McCoist says strict liability and the closure of stadiums would punish the majority of good fans in the country and believes it's down to rooting out individuals. Continued, "I think there has to be a responsibility. For example, that Hearts v Hibs game, one really enjoyed it, but which vampire would take a coconut to a game of football? Have we lost the plot? Who actually takes the time to go to a match and think, whoops, I nearly forgot my coconut there?" There has to be an individual responsibility. There's lots of fans who work all the hours that God sends and they want to take their kids to a game of football. How unfair would it be for the 99.9% to get their whole weekend that they look forward to when they are working ruined by a couple of idiots? The idiot that ran on the park at Easter Road against Rangers, they tell me his family are getting phone calls and people are coming to their door, so that idiot has got to live with that. The police are sick of it, they should just go in and say, bang, nailed. There's the evidence, they're on TV, and start jailing people for not behaving themselves." McCoist pointed to the issues with social media and added, "I've been to 4 or 5 Edinburgh derbies in the past 3 years and loved them. They have been brilliant, but there have been incidents at them which have been ridiculous. Zdnek Zalamal lies on the ground after an altercation with a Hibernian fan." Image, SNS Group. The Hearts goalie was attacked, things being thrown onto the pitch. "I was set up at Aberdeen for a Rangers game and the atmosphere was horrible. Worst I've been at in 15 years. The Rangers against Celtic game has always had sendings off and incidents. It was the stuff after the game that really is the problem. I think a lot of it is down to social media. It gives a platform for hatred. Unfortunately, I'm not sure people are responsible with some aspects of social media. I think they get away with saying things and can hide behind false names. It's one of the reasons this element is coming back in." Willie Collum removes a bottle from the pitch which was thrown from the stands. Image, SNS Group. "I don't actually think it's any worse than it was before, but social media blows the whole thing up. The element of hooligans isn't probably as big as it was in the 1980s with the casuals and stuff, but we didn't have social media then and no one really knew. Now it gets far more coverage. I'm not sure the problems are any greater, but the fact it is still there and social media transports the problem. Until people are responsible for what they say and do on social media, we're heading down a dangerous road."